So I've been in the real estate business and wholesaling business for a while. I've seen a lot of the different cycles. I also go to a lot of real estate groups. I go to a ton of meetups. I used to go to a meetup like two meetups a week, sometimes one a week. And I'm also in a lot of different paid mentorships and communities that I've invested into to like learn strategies and learn what people are doing and things like that. And as the market and business cycles change, so does the business and what the move is for the business. And a quick example is when the market was like peak hotness 2022, 2023, 2021. It was just lock up. It was just, well, it was to do service level marketing in a lot of different markets. And this is what I did too. Lock up as many deals as you can. And if it was, under 70% ARV, it'll probably sell. Somebody will buy it and just count appreciation into the deal and buy it at a higher number. Where now people aren't doing that. A recent meta, I guess you could say, a recent meta is just locking up like novations and just listing them on MLS, and they'll sell. So there's always been a lot of different like moves and like things that people are like, oh, this is what you should be doing, things like that. And in case you're new to this channel, my name is Alec. I've been in real estate wholesaling for 5 years now. And in this kind of like these kind of style videos and on my channel for now, I guess, until I figure out what I want to do next, I want to talk about niche topics that you probably haven't heard in most other places. And I want to talk about topics that are real instead of like the BS that you hear from most other people that's unrealistic and is like, just do this and you'll make this. And it's just like annoying. And I've seen them for years and I used to do them, and it's just like annoying and it's kind of like disheartening to see sometimes. So hopefully you get some value from this and you can relate to this. And these are going to be pretty visually unstimulating. It's just going to be me yapping to the camera. It's going to be a little bit more intimate, be like as if we're having a conversation, although we're not. But if you drop a comment, we can. But it'll be like that, just going to be us talking here and giving my experience over, years of experience and things like that. And, hopefully just provide some value. So I would say throw these on in the background unless you want to just stare at me the whole time or whatever, you do you. I'm not telling you how to run your life, but right now, just to get straight into it, the best business model, and that's what this video is going to be about, but the best business model right now is a lean model. And I've talked to a ton of people about this. I've talked to people with huge businesses. I've talked to people that are small businesses that quit the business like me. I quit the business. Check out my last video. People that got back into the business, and a lean market is the move right now, especially with the market shifting, deals sitting. I just did an ovation that I priced super well, right? I priced this house so well, and it still took 3 months to sell. I had no idea how. It was priced so well, lowest in the whole area. But just things are sitting. Maybe it's just a Florida thing, but I think it's nationwide. And you don't want to be left out with high marketing spend, like high, this is just business 101, right? You don't want to lose money. You don't want to be left out in the dust with high overhead, a lot of employees that you need to pay and satisfy, and then not have enough income coming in. And obviously you won't be in business very long if you do that. So it's like a lean business is nice. I was just at a meetup, and this story will be relevant in a second, but I think it's relevant to this video. But I was just at a meetup talking to a friend. He's been in the business since 2017, 2018. So what is that, like 7, 8 years? Been in the business longer than me. He's done consistent 7 figures the past 5 years. I mean, from what he tells me, I've never seen HUDs, but it seems like he does. Like, I don't know. I don't know though, but I'm assuming. But he has a big operation, long story short. A lot of cold callers, marketing budget. He has like a whole office with like American closers, everything like that. And at this meetup we were talking, this was just a week ago, he's telling me that he let go of all his cold callers. He let go of all his American acquisition managers and closers besides one. He kept one. And he let go of like an executive assistant and a dispo guy, pretty much let go of everybody. And his goal was to lower his marketing spend from like 30 to 50K, including commissions that he would pay out, to closer to like 5-10K. So like a third of what he currently is spending, or like whatever the math is, but like a third or fourth of what he's currently spending. He wanted to cut it down. He was just saying that he's still doing deals, but it's taking longer and the spreads aren't as good. And like he just wants to kind of wait out the market and see what he's doing. So I say that story because that's what I've seen and that's also what I'm doing. I had a big business at one time, a lot of overhead. That's one of the reasons I like descaled my business. It's because it was just too stressful for me. And it's hard. Like if you've been in this business or any business, you know the feeling of not having money in your account and still having to pay payroll. And it's like I don't know where I'm gonna get the money to pay payroll, and like somehow we find it. We always find it somehow. I don't know how, but we always do. But it's a stressful experience. I didn't want to deal with that ever again. That's my goal. Just a lean business is the move. And the story with this guy from the meetup is consistent with a huge chunk of the industry. I think if you talk to anybody right now that has been wholesaling for a while, they'll agree. I don't think I would assume most people aren't making as much money as you think they are or as they say online. And I don't know if like I'm like weighing out the pros and cons of like a big operation, and like I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna give you another quick story. I'm gonna try not to yap too much about this story. But there's a guy in Florida, one of the biggest wholesalers, well, definitely one of the biggest wholesalers in Florida, probably in the country. And we're talking billboards, TV commercials, radio, huge cold calling team, paid PPC ads, Facebook ads and stuff. And I don't know how much he does. I'm assuming he does minimum 2 million a year. Probably more than that, to be honest with you, but I don't know his numbers. I wouldn't want to ask. Like, can you imagine me asking, hey, can you? Yeah, that'll be weird. But I would assume he does 2 million a year. So let's just run with that number. That's $166,000 a month that he's doing. Let's say he pays his closers 20% commission on deals. That would be about 33K a month. Get to that, he's spending minimum 50K a month in marketing. Probably more, honestly. So that would be 83K before any profits, before he sees any money in his account. And that's also without other expenses, such as his office spend. He has a nice office in Miami. That costs money. Payroll for dispo people, lead managers, the cold call, like I don't know, whatever else. JVs, like I don't know, whatever else. So that's before all of that. So let's say that's another 10, 15K, round it to 100K. He's spending 100K to make 166K. That's a ton of overhead to make 66K. If you have one bad month, it's tough. And then you still have to satisfy your salespeople. I feel like that was a terrible example. I probably did not explain that well. Long story short, spending a lot of money to make a lot of money. But if you have a slow period where you're not making as much money, then you're not making as much money and you're losing money and you still need to satisfy your business. Like, that was actually a terrible story. I'm going to leave that in the video because you can see how unscripted these are. But like, I think the principle is still the same. It's you're spending 200K to make 60K, and like that isn't like a predictable number. It's not like you're having like an SMA business or like a CRM that's like, okay, we know we have 2,000 people signed up for our CRM. Max that could quit the CRM is 10%. We know we're going to make at least this amount of money. And this, it's like, it's a sales business. It's it can be predictable to an extent, but sometimes deals fall apart. And that's where you want to have your numbers systematized and like predictable, where you want to keep track of your KPIs. That's super important. So like if I buy this many leads or if I get this many leads in my system, then I'm predicted to get this many deals just based off of data, and you can make data driven decisions. And I'm sure that he's done that and it makes sense for him, but it just seems like a lot of work, because I can't imagine running a business doing that much overhead. And like I had nothing near that. My max was like 30K. So we're talking, like quadruple, 5 times what I was doing. So in my opinion, I would rather run a small business that costs 5K a month and makes 20K gross. We'll say gross, it's not net. We'll say 5K makes 20K than a business that costs 100K to run and makes 166K. Gross, 66 profit rounded. And that's just my experience, because one bad month, instead of losing 100K, you're losing 5K, and instead of everything just going into flames, it's like, okay, I can adapt and, hopefully have a better month next month, do some more training, whatever. So, I think if you're listening to this, you might consider that a limiting mindset. Like, it's like, oh, he's just scared to like scale up, or, that's a limiting mindset to think that you just won't do good, because if you have good systems, you can. But I don't know. I think that's more of like a realist, and just like understanding myself. Like, I don't want to deal with stress. I don't want to be working all the time. And with that, I feel like I would be stressed out unless I hire like a CEO. He is a CEO too. So we're not even counting that. I don't know how much a CEO would make in a wholesaling business. At least six figures though. So that's another, you know, 10K a month. I don't know, like, whatever. But it's like I wouldn't want to manage that. I don't want stress. Like, I don't want to deal with stuff like that. What's the point of working so hard for a business, especially a wholesale business that you can't sell? It's like I'm working all this time for just a continuous loop of like rat racing deals. So that's two examples. I feel like this video was just two long examples, but to kind of sum up the video, I think the best business model, in my opinion, is especially in like an unpredictable market that we're turning into, where buyers are like falling apart. So kind of like I had to deal in Miami, and I went through three buyers. The fourth buyer finally put up the deposit, but I sent the assignment three times to buyers that told me that they'll do this and then didn't do it. And that's been happening to a lot of people. I know I keep saying this, but I think the best business model is a low risk business, and that means really no flipping. Like, I don't think you should flip right now unless you're sourcing the deal and it's a really good deal and it's like a no-brainer, low overhead. So if deals fall apart or if anything happens, you aren't in the red like too much. You feel me? When it comes to marketing, ideally you're doing inbound marketing, or if you're doing outbound marketing, you're paying a company to handle that, because that is super time consuming. I think that's one of the worst businesses. Like managing callers like that, that's horrible. And I would say only talking to leads that want to talk to you or expecting your call, and aren't people that are just like, oh, my house is worth 400K, I want 800K. It's like you're wasting time. So it's like people that want to talk to you, that have motivation. Even if their price is high, they still have motivation. Maybe you can do innovation, a creative deal, realtor referral. Like, maybe you can make some money on there, because we're really just trying to find the motivation. That's what this is about, is trying to find the motivation on these calls and trying to give a solution to these people, and that makes them money and makes you money. So it's just like those are the most important things. I mentioned this in my last video, which I guess you should check out if you haven't. I don't know how many views these videos will get, because they're like pretty under edited, and the thumbnails I'm doing myself, so they're horrible and stuff. But like the wholesale business is a pretty stressful business. You'll run into weekly and daily issues, things that you'll need to fix. And the day to day, I think my biggest takeaway in wholesaling is the day to day, you won't see much movement, you won't see much progress. It will be like, what am I doing? I'm just calling people, I'm not saying anything. But then on the like macro scale, there is movement, and it's super interesting to look back. And I think about this all the time, is like I'll be day to day or like week to week and I won't see anything, but then I'll look back at that month and I'll be like, wow, that turned into a good month. It's like, I don't even know how that happened. But it's just like these daily actions stack. And wholesaling is really the best business, because you're like, there isn't a lot of businesses where you don't need a license. You don't need training, really. You just need to watch some videos and see how to talk to a seller, get like a script. And you're just one conversation away from that next deal that, can change your life, really. It can. Like, I've done those deals many times. And I didn't mention this before, but I think right now, it's still a great time to get in business. Like, it's still a great time. And I think right now it's most important to be a good closer. It's most important to do follow-ups. It's very important to get consistent leads. If you can get 10 leads a day, like 5-10 leads a day for 3 months, and you're terrible at sales and you don't know what you're doing, like, you'll fumble your way through a deal. Like, it's just a numbers game at that point. Like, if you just do enough volume, like, something will work. Like, it just will. So time goes so fast. 3 months, like, bro, we're already in September. I remember just thinking, okay, it's January, like, hopefully it's a good year. And then also, bro, it's 2025. Like, dude, time is flying. So I mean, that's pretty much the video. When it comes to my opinion on the market, kind of from what people are saying, from what I've been seeing, I do think that the rates will go down, like the interest rates will go down, which is good, because I need to refinance one of my houses. So hopefully they do. I just refinanced one of my houses a few months ago to a 7.8% interest, which sucked. But I think the market's just going to balance out. I don't expect it to like skyrocket again, but I also don't really expect it to go low because there is high inventory, but there's still high demand. And with rates going down, people will still buy. And that's still like the American dream is to own a house. I hate when people say you should rent instead of owning. Like that's the dumbest thing ever. Like you should own a house. Like that's like the goal is to own a house. And ideally, I want to own my own house. I just rent. I own properties, but I rent my apartment. But that's pretty much it. If you pay attention to my yapping, I hope this helped. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you disagree. Let me know in the comments. Would love to continue this conversation. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing more of these videos, just kind of talking to the camera and talking about topics that I haven't seen people really talk about, and I think are pretty important. And hopefully, you can relate to them. So, check out future videos and stuff like that, and see you around.